And we're live.
Hi. What's going on? I'm so weird. What's going on, everybody? So today we are going to go over another Just the Tip video. And today we are doing the Sandbag Clean or the Sandbag to Shoulder. Same thing, different names. Big thing with this event is we have seen it in CrossFit. We've seen it in Strongman a lot, especially over the past couple years. So with this movement and this event getting more popular, figure make a video for all of you to feel comfortable and confident when going into this event to make sure we're doing it as efficiently and safely as possible. So again, the goal is to get this sandbag from the ground up onto the shoulder as efficiently and safely as possible. So today we're going to go over the different ways to do that, how to do it quickly, how to do it safely, how to do it strong, however you want to do it, just the most effective way to do it. So, getting into the movement. Now, there's a couple of ways we can orient ourselves in front of the sandbag. The way we do this really depends on how big the sandbag is. Now, what we have here is a 200-pound sandbag. In order to get this thing from the ground to the shoulder most effectively, I like to orient myself kind of what I like to look at as a vertical or lengthwise orientation over the bag. Because when we get this to our lap, we just have to get it onto our shoulder. We don't have to worry about rotating or spinning the sandbag any direction. When the bags get bigger, I usually take a more horizontal or lengthwise orientation over the bag because with the bag that is longer, me being a shorter athlete, it's hard to get the bag over the knees into a comfortable position. What that means is with this kind of lengthwise or horizontal orientation over the bag, we just have to do a 90-degree rotation for the bag to get onto our shoulder and sit comfortably to get the down call and the lift. First thing we want to do when we're standing over this bag is make sure we're in the middle of it. We don't want to be too far back, we don't want the sandbag out in front of us, and we don't want to be too far forward because when we pick it, the bag is going to fall back in between our legs. So in the middle of the bag, the big thing when we're picking this up is we want to get our hands deep underneath the bag. We want to squeeze with our hands and pinch in with our forearms and pick this thing up with straight arms or as straight as possible. Because we don't want to row it to our chest. We don't want to row it into our lap. We want to deadlift it with straight arms into our lap, sit into a front squat position. So I'll show you what that looks like. So we stand over the bag, get in a nice position. We're going to roll the sandbag back and forth so our hands are nice and deep under it. Squeeze with our hands and our forearms, deadlift it with straight arms into our lap, and then sit into a squat position. So what we did there, once it got to my lap, I was able to readjust, get my hands around the bag. Now, after we get the bag off the ground into our lap, the goal is obviously to get it up onto our shoulder. Couple of ways we can do this. We want to make sure that we're in a comfortable front squat position with the sandbag in our lap. We want to squeeze the bag into our chest. We want to make sure it's nice and high on our chest and not low on our belly. We're going to stand up, thrust our hips forward, and the big thing is we need to think about the direction of where the sandbag needs to go. A lot of the times, especially with the barbell, we are focused on purely vertical movement. But when we look at where the sandbag is in relation to where it has to go, the sandbag has to move back a little bit to get onto our shoulder. So we need to think up and back in terms of the direction of the sandbag and where to move it to make sure it lands on our shoulder. Now we can do this as a more slow and gritty type movement, which is the first one I'll show. Or if we're looking for speed and efficiency, this is for my CrossFitters out there, we can treat it as almost a power clean type movement where we're exploding up and dropping down underneath that bag, catching in a double dip, and then standing up to get that good lift. So the first one I'll do is a more strongman style lift up onto the shoulder, get it there, we'll secure it, I'll drop it, then I'll do that more explosive power type movement to get to the shoulder. So with those two, you can see the difference in how it gets to my shoulder. The first one, standing up, guiding it, and again, I like to go to my right shoulder. That's most comfortable for me. So I get it. I guide it with my right hand while I push with my left to get it back onto my shoulder. With that more power position, we're exploding and trying to catch in that quarter squat to make it comfortable. Now, if we choose this widthwise, this horizontal orientation for the sandbag, again, the pick is going to be exactly the same, getting us to our lap. The only difference is we have to rotate the bag 90 degrees for it to be safe and secure on our shoulder. So what that means is when it's in our lap, that widthwise, we're going to guide it and push the right side behind our head while rotating and pushing with the left. So it's a little bit different, but again, with bigger, longer sandbags, it's more efficient on the pick, so you don't use as much energy, and make sure we get it onto our shoulder. So that's gonna look a little like this. Do I still look pretty?
Yeah.
All right, good. So those are really going to be the most effective ways to get this sandbag off the ground up onto the shoulder. Like I said, the most efficient way with sandbags that allow you to do it this length or vertical wise, as long as your anatomy and body allows you to do the sandbag, this is going to be the easiest way for you to get it from the ground onto your shoulder as quickly and efficiently as possible without wasting any energy. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. Almost done. The other option with that more horizontal orientation is going to be more efficient for our bigger sandbags. So ones that are a little bit longer, a little bit more compact. It'll allow you to get that bag over the knees into the lap position without having to fight it and get it into position. You just have to remember, rotate it 90 degrees, throw that right arm back, push with the left in order to get it secure. When the bag is on your shoulder, make sure your arm is wrapped around it completely, so you're kind of hugging it on your shoulder with it resting on your delt and your bicep. Don't have the sandbag underneath, because that's going to be just a little bit less stable, and there's a good chance you might lose it, which means you lose a rep, and that's never good for anybody. I think that was it.
You covered everything.
Did I?
Yeah.
Thanks, coach.
You got it.
Well, as always, leave some comments down below, ask some more questions, give us some tips on what you want to see us do just the tip on, whether it's a strongman event or a lift. Be happy to give you some coaching cues to get you through that lift to make you stronger in it. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, check out all the sponsors down below in the description, and until next time, peace out.